Who that? Who that? Who that said they're gonna beat them Bills? What? Who that? Who that? Who that said they're gonna beat them Bills? What's going on? What's going on, Vinny?
What's going on? I got my flag right here. I got my dog. Look at my dog. That's my doggy.
He looks
I
scared.
don't know if you heard the news about Dominique Foxworthy talking crap about the Bills fans on how we like American flags and dogs. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. We'll talk about that in a little while. Here's my little dog.
What's the dog's name?
Here's my flag. What's going on, man? How you doing, Will? Oh, almost heard him.
What's the dog's name?
This is Gizmo. His name is Gizmo. Let me see if I can get him in there.
Don't feed him past 12 o'clock. We know what happens.
No.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Viva Los Bills. Buffalo Will, cousin Vinny.
What up? What up?
Oh, it's that time. It's that time again. Hold on, look at that. You got the American Buffalo flag.
That's right. That's right.
Mr.
That's
Fox.
right.
Guess what we also do? Hold on. This is what we also do. Oh, hold on. I don't know if you got yours, but
man,
after the Bills win,
I'm sticking with. You know, I have a lot of things that superstitions, and so I'm wearing this hat till we lose because I've been wearing it when we win, and I'm gonna be drinking the strong stuff when we celebrate.
Well, cheers to you with your strong stuff.
Salute.
Salute to all the Bills fans and the Bills. We forgot to say salute to Bobby in the background. Hey, Bobby. Hey, oh, Bobby. What? Hold on, Bobby.
What's up, fellas? All right.
I didn't think Bobby was going to show today. I didn't think he was going to show his face today.
We had to do this for Bobby right there.
I don't hate Buffalo, so I'm with you guys as long as, you know.
I know you don't hate the Bills, but Pittsburgh's your team. They actually, it wasn't a bad game. I actually enjoyed the game. You know, we pulled away a little bit, but I said it was going to be tight. I thought the game would be tight, you know. So it was a good game, I thought. Yeah.
Who's this person, by the way? Anonymous.
I don't know. I thought that was you saying that out there.
No, it wasn't.
Bacardi.
You guys have a great show. I'll pop on later.
All right, brother.
Thanks, man. So we got somebody anonymous. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to call, there's the number again. It's on the scroll on the bottom. 201-688-771. I believe the phone lines are working. Bobby will answer it most likely, and he'll let us know if there's a call or not. Call, give us a comment. If not, like Facebook user anonymous there is just hitting us up. Leave a comment, leave a question. Say anything you want. We put it out there. Welcome to everybody for joining us again on another week. Talking about another week, the Bills ended up playing Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a big playoff game, and hey, man, Bills played well. I thought everything was good.
Yeah, I mean, the first half was a little etchy there. It was kind of like give or take. But, man, they came out blazing. Third quarter, they came out, started hitting off on Diggs. And, man, Diggs just – He's everything I expected him to be, man. You know, a lot of people tell me, was he worth the picks? Was he worth the trade? Man, he's worth he's worth his weight in gold right about now, the way he's playing, man.
Yeah, everybody's playing well. I mean, he's playing really good. They're finally doing those little comebacks the last 2 weeks. They're taking what the defense is giving them, which is great. I mean, Cole is putting up another great year right now. They both have bests on the year, or personal bests, and they're breaking some records. They're ranked second right now in the Buffalo Bills. We'll touch about that a little bit later. Everybody's putting in work. You know, the running game started going a little bit, not as great, but everybody's putting in work. Defense is starting to play well again. You know, Tyron with that big pick six over there.
Yeah, man.
You know, it was a big thing.
Unfortunately, I think he left with a concussion.
He did leave with the concussion. I think he's in concussion protocol. There he is right there when he picked off that ball and ran it for the pick six, helped us out. It was a beautiful thing. Guys getting a little love right there. And I was surprised. I thought he wouldn't see as much action when Josh Gordon was back. You know, that's one thing. I thought Josh Norman would be picking up all that in the slot, but they like Tyron. He's getting a job done in there, you know.
He
So,
stepped it up. He stepped it up, no doubt. Another guy that stepped it up was leaves Darrell Williams going against what's his name? Watt.
wow, yeah, TJ
Yeah,
Watt.
man. I mean, I don't think he didn't even get I think he got one hurry or something like that. But looking at film and stuff, man, he was just taking control, man. I was really happy about that. That was one concern we talked about for the week, and and he did his job, man.
This is my buddy.
Yeah, I saw the score. That's why I was laughing. I read it. That's why I kind of started cracking up.
Then it's the Mush Bulger over here. We like to call him Mush because he would mush the New York Rangers all the time. That's right, I'm saying it. And I'm still waiting for him to go on a fishing trip. Like 10 years now, I'm waiting. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for chiming in, Dennis, the man. Yeah, no, they did a good job with him. I was surprised. They kept him quiet, and we joked around with your buddy last week. And I was like, all right, where's he line up, on the left or right? Because if he lines on the left, that's good for us because Allen likes rolling to the right.
Rolling to the right.
He rolled out a few times to the right. Williams did a good job with him. They did
an excellent job.
Him a few times. They did really good. I mean, it was a well-played game. What was the one thing? Oh, that TD. Their TD that they were joking about it, that it was a pure pick, Chris Collinsworth or whatever, when the Pittsburgh Steelers scored. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, a pure pick. Yeah, me and you started talking about that. What the heck does that mean, a pure pick? I didn't get it.
Pretty much, that should have been called.
It should have been an illegal pick.
It wasn't hitting or anything. The receiver just went out and picked the defender, and the other receiver was wide open. It was bad. I don't know how. I guess I'm not sure if they could call that on the review for the touchdown, or if they can't, because it was obvious as all day that was an illegal pick, and that touchdown shouldn't have counted. It should have been put back.
I didn't know what he meant by a pure pick. I was like, what the hell is that? Another thing, too, that behind the scenes is before in warm-ups, Juju Smith-Schuster went to midfield. I don't know if you saw it, and started doing a little dance on a logo, and it kind of fired up the guys. It kind of fired up Jordan Poyer, and at the end of the game, I don't know if you saw it on the sideline. They were all dancing and stuff. That was to counter-react to what Schuster did, and it was kind of it's good for us because it was fire for that flame. You know what I mean? It was like the spark for that fire. You know what I mean? They just got like amped up. I'm surprised nobody went and jacked them up midfield, to be honest with you. So,
well, he does that for his TikTok or whatever.
TikTok, yeah.
To wherever he goes, whatever stadium, he does a little dance before a game, and does it there by the logo and stuff. I guess it's pre-game. It didn't happen during the game, say like T.O. did when he was on San Fran to the Dallas Cowboys. You know, that was different. During the warm-ups, it's like whatever to me. And they were saying,
but still, it's your home field. You know what I mean? You don't want nobody coming doing that. They actually asked Josh Allen what he thought about it, and Josh he commented what he said. He said, "Let him do all the talking. I'll do all the beep dancing. We work. We effing work." I'll read it to you the way he said it without cussing. He said, "Let them do all the talking, all the effing dancing. We effing work." I was kind of shocked. I was kind of shocked that he said that, but you know what? That's kind of the person he is. That he's got that. He said, "Hey, let him do all the dancing. Let him do all that. We're here to work." And that's what they did, and they did it on the field. And Fred, hey, what's up, Fred? Shout out to Fred Kilmartin, Code News Report. He said Darrell Williams was a beast against SWAT. Absolutely. We were just talking about that. Tremendous job, man. And I thought he at least get 1 or 2 socks off of him, but man, he balled out, man. He balled out. He was one of the intricate pieces of this game, man. He was one of the most important pieces because Josh didn't get hurried that much as I expected him to be.
Yeah. Well, I thought there would be a lot more pressure. Yep. Thanks, Fred. How's it going, bud? Everything's well. Thanks for having me on your show for the fans. What is it for? Man, I forgot the name. Jesus. But him and his friend Captain interview super fans on their shows, and they had me on last week real quick for a few minutes. And thanks for that, Fred. Thanks for hitting me up. Yeah, no, I thought it was tough. The game was pretty tough, especially second half. The Bills pulled away a little. The Bills did. They were getting to him. I was surprised they were applying pressure to Big Ben because that team barely gives up a sack, and I think we had one sack, right? And it was his first sack, and I don't know if it was like 90 plays or something like that.
I thought we had 2 sacks on him. I could have sworn we had 2
on
him.
Did. But I'm just saying, it took him a while. I didn't think it was going to happen like that, but hey, the Bills stepped up.
He just got such a quick release on the ball, man. It's just as soon as I think he has the lowest time, 2.2 seconds before his release. So I mean that I don't care who you are, man. You ain't gonna get back there in 2.2 seconds. So kudos to him to get rid of the ball. But the Bills kind of and the second half was just the dreaded third quarter that we talked about in the middle of the season. The last 3 or 4 games, they actually played. They've been balling out the third and fourth quarter. Actually, I believe the Bills are leading the league in fourth quarter takeaways right now. So the defense, it's not as good as it was last year, but they are doing. They're playing defense when it matters. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Pitt only got him once. Okay. Yep.
Well, we have Fred's chiming in and other people are chiming in. One thing I don't like, which keeps happening week after week, is the comparison to Big Ben. I mean, even Bobby could chime in on this one. I'm not a Big Ben fan. Whatever happened in his earlier career with all those allegations and stuff like that always sits on my mind with certain players,
Yeah.
And okay, Big Ben, he's good. When they won the Super Bowl, it was mainly because of those defenses they had. He did enough, like I say, about like Trent Dilfer and Flacco. I'm like, they did enough to help win. They weren't great numbers. Big Ben's numbers were just a little bit better than Trent Dilfer when he won for the Ravens. Poor Trent gets no respect. But I'm not a big fan of that comparison. What about you?
They are similar, in terms of their size and the way that when Ben, a younger Ben, actually played how Josh plays now. But I think Josh is a little bit better than him, in terms both at their prime. I think Josh right now is right there where Ben was at his prime. Not saying that Ben is not good anymore, but you could tell he's hurting. He's old. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's catching up to him, man. It's catching up to him. So I think Josh is a better version of Ben at his best, right at this particular time.
What do you think, Bobby?
Well, you got to look at they're the same height and stature.
Yeah.
Both mobile quarterbacks earlier in their careers, both coming from smaller school programs. So that's the comparison. And hey, you wouldn't want a future Hall of Famer. That's what Ben's going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
I would rather him be compared to somebody else. I know you were supposed to just be looking at his play. Some of that past history crap that whatever happened, if it happened or it didn't happen with Big Ben, it's just something like if I was at Josh, I was like, I wouldn't want to be compared to that person right now.
I have a question. Are you guys going to bring up that whole
ESPN holding?
Dominique?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to bring that up. You didn't see the beginning of the show, I guess, huh?
No, I was running downstairs. I'm pretty pissed off about that.
I had my Buffalo Bills USA flag, and I have my dog with me in the intro.
All right.
Yeah. We'll talk about Dominique in a little while.
Well, more on the game. The one thing, there was like no holding calls. It was Barry. Josh is more athletic than Big Ben. I agree. Yeah, he was more mobile than Big Ben even was when he came in. Yeah, he could never run like that. Nope. It's very true. I was going to say that when Bobby commented that. There was some holding going on. It was driving me crazy. To me, the Pittsburgh line was holding, and there was no calls against them. There was a few times our guys were being turned around. They couldn't even turn to make a tackle. But whatever. That's stuff you look at and forget about. Like I said, I'm more impressed with our defense is finally starting to play. The last 2 to 3 weeks, they're playing like they were playing last year. And if they continue to get better, they're hitting it right now at the right time. When the playoffs,
that's the right time.
Like I said last week, leagues got to watch out. They got to watch out. This team's going to be on point. And then we should have Smoke. Smoke has been activated, but he's not going to play this week. So will we get?
No, from what I'm reading, he has sickle cell anemia, and with his injury, being that he's coming off that injury and that thin air up there in Denver, it could kind of affect him. So I think that's the reason why they're not going to let him play this game.
Really?
Yeah, I had read upon that on that. Maybe Fred can elaborate on it also. But I think he's healthy right now, but due to the sickle cell anemia stuff, I think they're going to keep him out this next game.
Okay. The one thing I didn't like, there was a few times like the Bills plays were developing downfield, and I saw Deion Dawkins a few times just sitting there watching, like just hit somebody, dude.
Let's run.
Looking at him, hit him, chuck that guy, man. Hit somebody, lay a hit on him. Don't stop until the play is done or the whistle's blown. I think it was on a run play, and I don't know if it was Moss or Singletary. He's fighting his way, and Dawkins was just there like.
See, tippy toe.
The damn defender, man. All right. Anything else on this past game, Mouse, you want to talk about?
No, I'm just excited that the Bills are now gelling at the right time. This is what Fred Kilmartin says. Pittsburgh game was the first game all year we had our healthy secondary. Absolutely, and your boy with the interception, man. I'm still trying to figure out how he caught that interception. That was a great play. That was a great play.
To me, they wanted pass interference. Like I told you, I mean, we text each other during the game, and our buddy Kyle, who's always popping in on the show. I've been texting Kyle before I knew Vinny, so now Vinny and I text also. Ben threw it behind the receiver, and if he would have led him more, he would have had a good pass. But he threw it slightly behind him, and Levi was able to get it. Was it a little push off? Maybe. But it wasn't nothing crazy. Even the announcers watched it and said, no, that looks fine.
Yeah,
it was a nice pick. And you were like, I know you were getting on him. There you go. That you were like, your boy, there he is again. And then he stepped up, had the nice pick over there. John Brown. Yeah.
Defense is balling, man, right now. And like we said before, at the right time, which is most important. Now, this upcoming game at Denver could be kind of setup game, a trap game. I don't know. I think the guys, the Bills with the humble and hungry attitude, I don't think they're going to lay down. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to keep the wheels rolling, keep that momentum going. I think it's going to be, hopefully it'll be a blowout this week. I'm planning on a blowout.
We got to watch this, though. This was the press conference.
Heck of a job, baby. Heck of a job. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen. Before we get this schedule, listen up now. Hey, promise me you'll stay humble and take a minute tonight. Take a minute tonight. Thank guys around. Good people, man. Take care of people. Hey, don't.
That's coming off BuffaloBill.com. And there you go. The one thing that impresses me out of that whole thing, stay humble. Remember, guys, promise, stay humble. Yeah, you're 10-3. It's not done yet. You still have to clinch the East. Stay humble. It's a great thing to see that and hear that, especially from your head coach, even after a big win like that. But this was one good thing I liked seeing on Sunday night was this. Hold on. Woo! We sliding in.
That was awesome. What about in the fourth quarter before we took the knee to end the game when Josh slid about 20 feet? They still didn't give him the first down on that. You know that, right?
He was short. You go by where
he was short.
He was short a yard.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, really. Hey, this is a good point that Fred Kilmartin makes is we can wrap up the AFC East for the first time since 1995 with the win on Saturday. I don't know about you, Will. I mean, I've been a fan for a long time. I know Fred been a fan for a long time. But when we actually clinched the AFC East, I might shed a tear, man. I ain't going to lie, bro. It's been a long time coming, man. I might shed a tear, bro, because this it's man, a lot of heartache, a lot of heartbreak. And this has just been last year was really a great year. But preseason, me and you, we could go back. I had them between 12-4. and 11-5 at worst.
Yeah.
Shoot, if they just reel off these wins, they might be 13-3. We don't even know how it's gonna end. Or who knows? We win the next 2 games. Maybe they rest the starters against the Dolphins, but I don't think they're gonna do all that. I don't know. We have to play one game at a time, just like McDermott says.
Yeah.
Stay humble and hungry, and that exactly right. Bills end this picks per game with a 7-11 drive. That's right. And shout out to Gabriel Davis too, man. He's balling out too. All our receivers are balling. When John Brown comes back, it's gonna be something sweet to see.
But not even just that. When we
I ain't gonna lie too. I kind of shed a little tear there, but I had people over the house, so I kind of like kept it to myself, right? But I was hurting inside.
I haven't shed a tear for the team, bro. Even when they lost the Super Bowls, I was pissed. I didn't shed a tear. I was pissed, man. It aggravated 4 years in a row. I almost
the wide right broke me. The Music City Miracle broke me, and the Houston game, man. The Hail Mary was kind of disappointing, but it was a hell of a play. I like we talked about. I ain't mad at him, man. That was a great play.
Oh yeah, no, I almost jumped ship a few times where I said I can't jump ship. This is my squad. I got to stick with them.
Never.
I mean, I've met people. One of the guys he used to deliver to one of the places I was. He was a Bills fan. He's like, man, after that last game, I think it was to, I don't know, the Cowboys or whatever, he jumped ship and went to Washington. Then somebody else I met jumped ship and went to another team. I was like, that's even a worse team. I forgot who it was. Or whatever. I stick with the squad, and that's about it. Now, with that game done, it's over. Let's get into a little bit of quick news around the league. Just a few hitters here. Giants announced Jason Garrett tested positive for COVID-19. Still waiting for other stuff out of there. Broncos kicker Brandon McManus, he's on the COVID-19 list, but it's a contact. So if he doesn't test positive for him, he believes he's going to play on Saturday. Too bad I didn't get to chime into the K&K show today to listen to their picks. Sorry for that. I was running late, so I didn't get to go see what Kurt said about the Bills-Broncos game because he's a big Broncos guy. Besides that, let's move on. Alex Smith, he has Washington, I was going to say Washington, old school name, but Washington Football Club playing well. That defense is playing really well. He's missed practice for the second time this week due to a calf injury. I mean, honestly, they need him out there, so hopefully he gets back and he's okay. Massage that calf really good. Get him out there because I don't see them beating Seattle without him. Another thing, owners are starting to talk about preseason again. Well, the NFL and the owners. What I found surprising was that a lot of the big names, say like Jerry Jones, Kraft, they want 3 preseason games, while the NFL was supposedly pushing for 2 preseason games. Personally, at least 2, I would say.
You gotta get at least 2 to get your wheels going.
Yeah, and you want to show these rookies what they can do and see if they could win a spot, because I don't think we're going to have these crazy expanded practice squads anymore unless, they can't somewhat control this COVID thing. Moving on, Drew Brees has been taken off the IR. Yeah, I saw that too, Fred. I saw they're missing, and they picked up, I think, a corner off of Pittsburgh squad, was it? Or somebody's practice squad. Drew Brees designated to return from the IR on Wednesday, but it doesn't mean he'll play against the Chiefs. Sean Payton said he's going to take his time with them. Honestly, they clinched the playoff spot, and this is a possible Super Bowl matchup unless the Bills, fall through somehow. He might get this squad. So it might be better for the Saints to play them without Drew. They won't see him with Drew. Who knows? Plus, they already clinched the spot. Doesn't really matter. You don't want the guy to get banged up. Let him sit another week, heal up a little. Real quick, clinching playoff spots for the Saints, Green Bay, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh all have a spot. Guys who eliminated, the Jets, the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Texans, the Chargers, and the Falcons. And I know we touched on this last week, but supposedly there's a 2-horse MVP race right now, Mahomes and Rodgers, while supposedly Josh Allen is third, creeping around the corner like this, but he's getting some love, but that's been pushed down.
He's getting a lot of love. I I think if he plays big against Denver, which is a great possibility, Fred just mentioned there's only 3 healthy corners. I think we're gonna attack. We're gonna keep the wheels rolling. I think if he gets 250 to 300 yards, he might be in the running for that MVP spot, man.
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't be. Like I said, I mean, our squad is 10-3, could actually be 11-2. He's breaking not only just Bills records, he's breaking records around the league, which we've said, prior weeks. Which to me is surprising because some of them I'm like, man, nobody had that or they didn't break that. And when Mahomes, being also great, you would have thought he had better numbers than Josh. But Josh right now, and there was categories in the first weeks and the numbers he was putting up, he was breaking stuff. It was nuts. Quick thing on Bill's notes, by the way, happy belated birthday to your boy, Josh Norman. And running back Zach Moss, their birthdays were on Tuesday. So happy birthday, belated birthday to you guys.
Salute, happy birthday, guys.
All right, man. Quick note here. We're gonna go these two boys. First off here, this man, bam, we're on the side here. We're getting cut off. Stephon Diggs hits 100 receptions this year. He's the first one in the NFL to reach 100 this year. So kudos to him. Also, these two, it's like Batman and Robin over here. These guys are 1-2. Well, they're actually second all time for the Bills right now, with Diggs' 100 receptions ties Eric Moulds. And when he had the top duo that year was Moulds and Peerless Price. And Peerless Price had, I think, around, 98 or 89 or something like that. Yeah. So Beasley's on his tail for that one. So they actually, with 3 games remaining, they might break this. They might pass them by. Yeah. And this team,
Beasley, I think he'll get his 1,000 yards. By the way, Diggs also has 134 targets to him. I think it's second in the NFL. And he's got right now, I think he got 1,167 yards. That's all career highs for him too. So, I was watching the ESPN cover thing they did on him a couple days ago, and they were talking about how, he was doing well in Minnesota and how, people were saying that he was sad, that, he was hard to deal with. But everybody in Buffalo says he's great to work with, that he's been a great leader, nothing but positive things about him. So I don't.
No, I mean, listen, I think he's doing well. And we talked about in the beginning of the season, and like, hey, hopefully he doesn't bring that attitude to Buffalo. And we knew McDermott wasn't going to deal with that, and most of the players, there was, until him getting there, who was the one you could have possibly said would have been a headache? Maybe McCoy, and McCoy got there and he wasn't a headache. It's not, they don't allow that crap there, that to say. Also, Stephon also had his 5th 100-yard game, making it the most by a Bill since Sammy Watkins, who had 5 in 2015. With all the talent they had, I would have thought this wouldn't even be a record right now, When you're talking about Reed, Beebe, James Lofton, you're telling me they didn't have over 5 games.
You can't blame the coaching either, because Marv Levy was a hell of a coach.
Yeah, there you go. He's tearing it up. These guys are tearing it up. It's insane. He'll break Eric Moulds' single-season franchise record for receiving yards. Yep, in 1998.
That's when Moulds was on fire. I didn't think that record could even be obtainable, man. So Diggs he's right there on the cuffs of breaking that record, which is awesome, And the thing about Diggs that I love about him is that he just makes everybody so much better. The way he's playing, he's not. I know, granted, this third quarter when we came in, I think he hit him 5 times in a row, or in that one drive. They hit him 5 times in that one drive. I mean, that opens up the opportunity for everybody, because now everybody's thinking Diggs. And here you go. Now you got Gabriel Davis getting in the mix. Now you got Beasley getting in the mix. So being a leader, a number 1 receiver like that, imagine when we get John Brown and all the wide receiver core back. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait. And hopefully we get them now at the right time before playoff time. So it's a bright future for the Bills, man. I'm excited. Can't you tell?
The one good thing is, listen, John Brown's going to come back, and there's no need to rush him. Gabriel Davis is playing well.
He balling.
Yeah, he tied a record too for having 3 touchdowns in 3 games in a row as a rookie.
As a rookie.
I think Sammy Watkins had that one too.
Mhm.
But everybody's playing well. And like I was texting you and Kyle. Kyle's like, well, what should they do? And I'm like, quick slants, man. Quick slants. Does these come? Quick slants. And they hit somebody over the head. And what did they did it? I was like, yeah, good job. Just bring them in. And then Pittsburgh, when you were watching, I think I don't know if I texted you or Kyle. I was like, listen, they're doing it to us now. They're doing those quick passes. They're going to go deep. Be careful, Yeah. That's what you got to do. You have to take what the defense is giving you. If they're playing off, like I say all the time, quick slants or hook or comebacks.
Absolutely, and that's what the Bills are doing too. Bills, I'm with you, Fred. They're gelling right about now. We are going to be a defensive nightmare. Like I said, they got the most fourth quarter takeaways right now, the last 6 games. One thing about the defense that I'm liking is that they're not giving up the deep ball. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping everything in front of them. And it's kind of like a bend not break defense. I know you kind of want to go a little bit more man and you want to do a little bit more instead of the zone, but I mean it seems to be working, and teams are not able to really go down the field against the Bills.
Yeah, no, I say it depends on the what the defense is giving us or the offense is how the offense is playing.
Showing.
Let me get a few things here. My brother actually text. I guess it's not coming through this side. Diggs is a true number 1, which we all knew. He said he proved it in Minnesota. Yeah, we knew that, but it wasn't that he was a number 1. It was that if they would clash and who would come back with attitude, which pretty much he said, hey, you want to be successful, you got to get the ball. And that was in that special. And he said, hey, they looked like they were going more towards the run game with Cook.
Yep.
And he knew he wasn't going to get the ball that much, and especially with Thielen stepping up, him and Rudolph. So the ball was going to get spread around a lot. I guess he didn't like it. But, hey, the ball's getting spread around in Buffalo, but he's still seeing the ball more than anybody else. What happens this? Kyle reminds me of T.O. Kyle or Diggs. Who's Kyle? What? My buddy Buffalo, Chris Van Cherry says, safe to say Diggs trade was the best move of the offseason. I'll hang up and listen. So he's listening. I guess he was going to make a comment. Bobby, was there a phone call or something that Chris didn't get through? It looks like Bobby's like, what? He said he tried to call, I guess. We didn't get it.
And it never went through.
Oh, it never went through. So if you guys want to try again,
here goes Bobby.
Let's see what happens. So I got those there. I don't know if I'm missing anybody else. So, yeah, no, everybody's playing well. The defense is stepping up. It's great, having all our secondary healthy and Milano starting to come back. Pittsburgh was in the zone and Buffalo started double teaming Hayward. Yeah, Hayward's he's that guy, man. My goodness.
Yeah, he started disrupting a lot, and I noticed that too. And that when they started doubling up on Hayward, they had to. I mean, I was thinking Watt was going to get more of the doubling and the help that he needed, to contain him. But Hayward, Hayward was wrecking stuff up, man. So I'm glad they went with that double team there. Johnson did a great job with Watt. I mean, if you watch the film and you watch the replays on how he handled him, man, kudos, bro. Kudos to Johnson, bro. For real. That was awesome.
Nah, yeah, everybody's playing good. And like I said, everybody is getting healthy. And the main problem in the beginning of the year was our offensive line was getting all banged up. And now they're starting to get healthy too. And our secondary was healthy. As long as everybody can stay away from the COVID, and we'll keep going. And look at these guys, when they're having fun, they're having fun. Look at it. So this is on Buffalo site, showing the guys after practice having a snowball fight. And who is recording this? Terry Pagula, the owner. He's recording it, listening. You can hear him in the background laughing and having fun. So these guys are having fun and doing what they're doing. It's like a big family, man. These guys get along.
That's awesome.
And it's great, to see stuff like that. And
they're gelling. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the owner putting it out. So, you hear Trey White like, look at you got recording us. So, whatever. It's good. It's good.
Look like they're having fun, man. That's awesome. They're playing ball. They're winning. And when you win, you're having fun. You know what I'm saying? Well, Fred could probably tell us we're 10-3 since when? Since 91 or 99? One of those years we're matching 10-3.
This thing I saw over there, I took from
91. There you go.
10-3 from the first time since 1991, dude.
Yes, sir.
A long time.
I mean, we got a lot to be happy about. You know what I mean? They got a lot to celebrate, man. And the good thing is they have a lot of work to do. Mm-hmm. We're getting healthy. The defense is starting to gel. The offense is clicking. Josh Allen is balling out. He's finally getting national attention. People are actually, Colin Cowherd just this week had the top 10. He had the Bills right now at number 1 over the Chiefs. He said he broke it down pretty good, but he said right about this moment right now, the Bills are playing as the number 1 football team in the NFL.
I like it, but it doesn't mean anything until we get there and prove it. That's the thing. Right now, Chiefs are the champs. Me, I sip on this haterade, but hopefully the Bills to prove that they belong. And I mean, they're doing it right now. They're 10-3. Could have been easily 11-2. By the way, Chris Mick, who chimed in last week saying happy holidays. I don't know why it's not popping up. For some reason, you're not coming in through our comments over here. And also, he says, what's up to O to the Z? These guys are talking on my show like they're talking to each other. What's going on here? What's going on here? I'm kidding. What's up, guys? How's it going? All right. So let's move on. Oh, by the way, ESPN, you brought them up too in the power rankings, as we always do every week. They still have us at 5th, so we didn't even move. Staying at 5th for ESPN. But
ESPN's just been totally they've been disrespecting us anyway with Dominique Foxworth. So
yeah, all right. So this thing, what did he really say? He said he didn't want to root, or he didn't root against, or he roots against Josh Allen because the Bills fans like American flags and dogs.
Yeah, well, I'll give you his quote, but ESPN's Dominique Foxworth was on a podcast, a Bomani Jones podcast, and he said he was actively rooting against quarterback Josh Allen because Allen's fans have American flags and dogs and skulls and crossbones in their Twitter profiles. But now this is the quote, and I'm quote, "I am fully aware that I have biases, and my biases are not based on Josh Allen. It's based on the people that are defending Josh Allen. I would be 100% lying if I said that when Josh does something dumb, a little part of me doesn't get happy. And it's not because I don't want Josh to succeed. It's because of the fans. Now, give me a freaking break. Is this a racist thing? Come on. You got to do better. A lot of the Bills gave a lot of feedback back against him. Now he's backtracking. He's saying, he took it out of context. But I don't know. I don't see how you could say a comment like that and take it out of context. Bills Mafia raised $700,000 for the Children's Hospital. They've done countless things. There's a mix. Me and you, I'm Puerto Rican. You're Puerto Rican. Viva los Bills. It's the Latin view of the Bills. Pancho Villa, Hispanic. I mean, how the heck is he going to come up with some stuff like that? I do not know. But, some people, I know he played for Baltimore a while back and a couple other teams. I've heard of his name. I wasn't too big on him. But, a lot of these people are trying to be, eccentric. They're trying to say things to grab attention to themselves. And unfortunately, he said the wrong thing. He's getting the negative attention because now he's getting negative feedback back. Yeah. Jordan Poyer said, really, come on. And there's a lot of people calling for his job. And I can't blame people for being upset because that was kind of, as a Bills fan, it's kind of disrespectful because I love the team. And, there's a lot of other teams, fans that I could say I dislike. I've been to Jets games and, I've seen how they act. I'm not going to talk about them because they're fans. They go for their team. But to say something like that, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way too, man. So shame on you, Dominique.
Chris, saying what's up again or throwing a kiss with an emoji face. My buddy Floyd stepping out saying, my God, Buffalo Will. No, I agree with you. And the thing is, you can't tell me there's no other fans in the league across this that don't love the American flag or don't have dogs. To me, it was a dumb comment. You just threw everybody into a pool. And I could see if the Buffalo Bills or the Mafia or whatever you want to call it was like when you go to Philadelphia where you have to have a judge sitting up in the top row because people want to fight and act stupid. Or if you want to go, like you said, to the Jets, listen, I worked there a lot for many years. they would start fights with other opposing fans just trying to enjoy the game. And then the bad thing that always happens is that the people who started, being that they're the home fans, they don't get kicked out. They kick out the opposing team fans that are coming in here, enjoying the game and just trying to have fun, and yet they're getting picked on the whole time. It makes no sense. And to just make a comment like that is just dumb, you know? What did he not like?
Well, I'm definitely going to be following up on this and seeing what happens on it, what transpires, because I don't think it's going to be left alone. I think it was too dumb of a comment to be ignored by ESPN. So, you know, and especially from the backlash that Jordan Poirier gave, John Feliciano, several players have actively spoken out. So, you know, we're going to see how that plays out. I don't think it's going to bear well for Dominique Foxworth. I mean, it was a stupid thing. You know, the saying is play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So there you go. We'll see what's going to happen.
I think this is what's going to happen. Hold on. This is what's going to happen. That's him there. Boom! I love that video. Anyway, if you're gonna say anything or complain or anything or talk about Bills fans, the only thing you can say is like them doing dumb stuff like this. Boom. Besides that, no. Yeah, how are you gonna just root against a player?
But every team has their own little different culture, man. You know what I'm saying? It's come on, man. You know, everybody has their own thing. But to categorize, to root for a quarterback to fail because of their fan base, that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
That's a BS excuse. Like me when I say I'm sipping on some Mahomes Haterade here. That's different, you know. I don't really dislike the guy. I'm just, everybody loves him, so I'm like giving him a little hate. It's not like everybody loves Josh Allen. He's doing great things, and they still try to put him down when you're watching the game or listening to the game. They talk about his failures than him succeeding, which is crazy.
You know, exactly. You know,
change a little, but you deal with that. You know, it's pretty bad.
Josh has been hated since he, you know, never got an offer from any major schools. You know, did well in Wyoming, and they're talking crap about him. That he, you know, you saw what we talked about last week on how he was rated. Like they graded him an F as a pick, you know, for the Bills. Yeah. You know, comparing him to Nathan Peterman. I mean, we talked about that last week, but the kid has put in work. He's put in work. Yeah. And it's showing. And the thing is, now he's doing it. It started off with the Dallas game, Thanksgiving game last year, where he balled out, got a little bit of recognition. A lot of people say it's a fluke thing, you know, still got a strong arm. Then he started blazing off this year, first 4 or 5 games till he hurt his left shoulder. Then he started kind of 2 or 3 games, he started, you know, not doing too well. But now he's back on track. You know what I'm saying? That injury, they took that brace off his shoulder. He's a little bit more accurate. And he's got digs. He got a lot of weapons, man. So I think he's going to do very well. He's going to shatter Jim Kelly's records for sure. Hopefully he'll shatter the 4 Super Bowl records. You know, that needs to stay intact unless we win 4 Super Bowls. Yeah, hopefully. But other than that, Josh is balling out, and I'm rooting for him, man. We are rooting for him.
Dennis chimed in over here and said the one thing the Bills fans are known for is licking poop and going through tables. That's disrespectful. Damn. That's a Giant fan hating who shouldn't be hating because they won a few Super Bowls in his time, you know? Whatever. All right. Let's talk about the Bills. Bills heading into Denver. We got this matchup. Whoosh. The Denver Broncos, we're going up to Mile High Stadium up there. Real quick, we'll talk about a little history. As we know, the Bills are 10-3. The Broncos are 5-8. We'll get this off the screen right now. Looking at some numbers, they both met 39 times. Well, they met each other 39 times, counting one playoff game only. I was surprised when I saw that. I thought they would have met more in the playoffs, especially back in the 90s. Bills lead the series 22-16 and one tie. The first time they met was in, what was this? 1960. Denver beat the Bills 27-21. That was the first time they met. And the last time they met was in 2019. Denver 3, Buffalo 20. Also, some numbers here, points per game. They're averaging 19.8, 29th in the league. We're averaging 27.6, 9th in the league. Points against, they're giving up 26.7, which ranks them 23rd. We're giving up 24.7, which is 15th in the league. We're getting better there. Sacks, they actually have 36 sacks, so they could get to the quarterback still. They're ranked 7th. The Bills have 31, and they're tied for 14th. Turnovers, we're +4, which has us at 14th. They're -32. They're last in the league, so they're not taking the ball away. So if Josh and these guys hold on to the ball and make smart decisions, they should be okay. Penalties, we're getting a little better. We have 88. We're ranked 30th. We're no longer last. And they have 64. They're 5th, so they really don't commit many penalties. And one thing I wanted to look was the average runs per game. They have 17.2, which I was surprised. It has them at 13th in the league, right?
Yeah.
And they're tied actually. And we have 19.9, which has us at 19th, which makes, hold on, I think I messed that up. Anyway, I'm surprised with the 2 running backs they have over there. They're not running the ball more.
You said we're 19th in rushing?
I think we're right 19th.
No, we're 22 from what I read before. We're 22nd because we're only averaging about 102.5 yards a game.
I looked over there. They had it at the thing for 119. All right, so maybe you got better stuff than me. Here's this one. You ready for this? My cousin in Puerto Rico said, "Hola, Ñeco, ¿cómo estás? Feliz año nuevo." So, translating, she said, "Hi, Ñeco." My family calls me Ñeco. How are you? Happy holidays. Hola, Tere. So she's watching over there too. So there you go. We got a message from Puerto Rico. And Viva los Bills. I mean, listen, if I'm Denver, I'm going to try to run the ball as much as I can against Buffalo or defense. But hopefully we have the defense that we've had the last 2 to 3 weeks, and we're able to stop that run game. You know, you never know what you're going to get with this Denver team. You know, they beat teams they shouldn't beat, and when they should win, they lose. So I'm hoping they don't come to play as tough as they can, you know.
Yeah, if they played the way they played the Panthers, man, you know, with the balance of the run and the pass, they might give it a game. They might give the Bills a game. But I think their plan for them to succeed against the Bills, they're gonna have to run the ball and keep Josh Allen off the field because they only have 3 available DBs that are healthy. They got a ton of injuries, by the way. So for them to have even a chance, they have to keep Josh Allen off the field because Josh is going to shred that defense. That's for sure. But if they run the ball effectively against the Bills and play the way they did against the Panthers, they might make it a close game. A lot of people are calling it a setup game, a trap game. I think I told you before in the beginning of the show, I don't think that's the case. I think these guys are too hungry and too humble to just lay down. I think they're trying to make a statement. They are actually making a statement nationally because all these 4 games in this month are all nationally televised, all primetime games. So they're taking advantage of it. They already won 2 out of 4. So if they win next game and that other Monday night game, sky's the limit, bro. Because a lot of people are talking about the Buffalo Bills. A lot of people are jumping on the wagon on the Buffalo Bills. A lot of people are like, wait, you know, they were talking crap about Josh, and now all of a sudden they're on Josh's side. There's a couple bets. I'm gonna look it up. I know. I'll get back to you on that. But Nick and oh my goodness, I forgot. They have a bet that if Josh Allen loses, the one guy's gonna would pin around and get all catch up. It's the Cowherd, Colin Cowherd. So if he wins, Nick, I forgot his last name. I got to go back. He's gonna have to do that. So it's gonna. I'll bring it up before the end of the show. If not by next show, I'll have all the stats and everything for that bet because it's on. It's on.
They're gonna do what Pinto Ron usually does every game, which is ridiculous.
Pretty much, yeah. They're gonna join Pinto Ron and get ketchup and mustard and everything put on. Yeah.
Listen. By the way, we forgot to mention this guy here. Bam, even though we're talking about him, he actually passed Jim Kelly's touchdown record, or know, the record for the Bills in the regular season, which is crazy. And I believe he's either 4th or 5th total yards already. I think he's behind Jack Kemp or something like that. It's something crazy. It's like he's putting up these numbers so soon. That it just goes to show you that we haven't really had a stable quarterback for a while, which is nuts.
For sure, man.
For him to be breaking all these records already, it's crazy. You know?
Sure. He's putting in work. I mean, we preseason, before the season even started, before the picks, when we started our show, we were getting videos from, by the way, by Joe Kroom, and we were getting videos of them working out. Josh was getting guys together, going to California before all this COVID crap hit, and they were just working out, just getting, Diggs in his interview said that he met Josh through playing Call of Duty. And that's how he said every time he died, Josh came and revived him and stuff. So he's like, man, I like this dude. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of formed a friendship before even meeting each other. He said, that's the type of guy Josh Allen is. I died and he came and picked me up. So, it's kind of cool little backstories like that I enjoy, seeing how Josh got all the guys together, Bees and everybody, and just started just working out and getting on the same page and getting that chemistry. And it shows on the field. It shows if you put in work, you're going to get some good stuff out of it.
Yeah. Like you said, I'm looking on here. They have Melvin Gordon as questionable. They have Philip Lindsay as questionable. Cortland Sutton, he's on the IR, so he's not there. Their tight end, Albert Owuku. I don't know how to say his name. Sorry. He is on the IR. Okuwu, I can't even say it right. He's out. The defensive end, Jurian Casey, he's on the IR. Mike Purcell, IR. Jonathan Harris, out. Pico, out. Joel Heath, out. They're banged up like crazy. I didn't think they were this banged up. Justin Strange, IR. Von Miller, I thought he was coming back. They still have him on the IR?
No, he's on the IR, yeah.
AJ Boye, suspended. Don't know why. Tim Toller, IR. Trey Marshall, questionable. Parnell Motley, he was the one. It says out right now. Bruce Callahan, IR. They are banged up like crazy.
I told you they had a ton of injuries. And I found the article. It's from The Spun, if you want me to read it real quick, on Colin Cowherd and on the bet that he made. I'm going to go ahead and read it. It's Fox Sports host Colin Cowherd hasn't just hopped on the Buffalo Bills bandwagon. He's the one driving the bus. Before Sunday night's game between the Bills and Pittsburgh Steelers, Cowherd made it clear the Bills would win. They did, handling the Steelers their second loss of the season. Of course, that meant Cowherd could hop back on the airways this week and brag about his prediction. But he decided to take things a step further and make a significant wager. Cowherd thinks the Bills are bound for playoff glory. He made a bet with fellow Fox Sports host Nick Wright, which can't stand the Bills. I don't know if you know who Nick Wright is, but everything he says about the Bills is always negative. Look him up, Nick Wright from Fox Sports. He said that the Bills will win at least 2 playoff games. So the bet is the loser of the bet has to go into the Bills Mafia next season and get sprayed by condiments, of course. That's impossible this season because of COVID.
Yeah.
But by 2021, of course, when the season kicks off, they're going to have the winner of that bet will have to see the other guy get full of condiments. So Buffalo currently occupies the number 3 seed in the AFC playoff race. If the standings stay as they currently are, that would mean the Bills would face against the Indianapolis Colts. However, if the Steelers continue to slide, the Bills could hop into the number 2 seed and play a team like the Miami Dolphins or Baltimore Ravens. So we'll see what happens. Well, I'm rooting for Cowherd. Cowherd he's been saying it the past couple games with the game with the 49ers. He started seeing, he's been seeing it before that, but he's been kind of like being more vocal about it. And especially against the Steelers, there was a video that he put out, him smoking a cigar, talking about, see, told you the Bills were going to win, kind of like rubbing it in the guys' faces. So I'm looking forward to this bet. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to that.
So we need this guy, Frank, to join Pintaron and look like that.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Nick Wright. That's right. Nick Wright. Remember that name.
I mean, listen, this team, even though banged up, they did beat the Dolphins, which is a tough team. You can't take that away from them, and they beat Carolina. So, they played the Chiefs tough. They've been hanging in. They got blown out by the Saints 31-3, so hopefully that's what we'll do. But they've hung in some of these games with all these injuries and players being out. So you can't count them out. You can't go up there thinking you're going to blow by these guys. And I know McDermott as we've watched him plenty of times. He's not going to let these guys get off course.
Nah.
You know, and they all have that mental mind state that they got to put in the work. And the game's not over till it's over. So as long as we
humble and hungry, baby, humble and hungry. I love that.
As long as you can slow down that run game, there should be no reason whatsoever for them not to clinch the AFC East, because if they win, they clinch. If Miami loses to the Pats on Sunday, we clinch. But I'd rather just go into Denver, beat them, and clinch, because you still have the Bills can end up with the number 2 seed if the Pittsburgh Steelers keep sliding.
Yeah. And by the way, with the win that we had against the Steelers, that stops the New England Patriots 11-year AFC East title streak. So that's a good record to break too. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that finally. I mean, everybody pretty much figured that would happen with no Brady in the league.
Yeah, but last week we were kind of on the fence, because if they would have won that game, then we'd have to watch. They'd be 7-6, and they'd be on the hunt. They'd be in the hunt, but I don't think it's
I guess I was more worried about Miami, and I was just happy they lost. It gave us some more breathing room,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Miami's defense is nasty, so we're gonna see how that plays out in the last. Let's see how these 2 games play out. The next 2 games that we have against Denver and New England, and if we win them 2 games, what do you think? You think they'll sit the starters out against Miami, being that we'll have already probably a number 2 and number 3 seed locked anyway going into the playoffs, and it's pretty much going to be a meaningless game because we'll have the AFC.
If they're winning by halftime, they should sit these guys. But they're even like in some of the games where they're winning by a good margin, they really haven't sat the players. I forgot which game I was watching and I was texting you. Which one?
Yeah, you wanted them to sit the starters. Yeah.
I was like, start sitting the guys. Just start the guys who are banged up. Sit them, let them relax. Why are they still out there? You don't want them to get hurt. Just if you're up and there's no way they're going to win, sit the guys, relax them. And my thing is, if Pittsburgh loses to Indy, I think that's one game they could lose. They're not going to lose to Cincinnati. And we could get
that's a team that listen. That I'm not to cut you off, but when you mention Indy, that's a team that kind of gets me nervous. They're playing ball. The Browns, even though they lost to Baltimore, I don't know if you saw that game, but that was a shootout game. They're putting up points. They're balling too, man. There's a couple of teams that are quietly 9-3, 10-3. They're doing their thing. And Colts, they worry me a little bit.
The only team
because right now that's who we would be matched up to play as of right now. As a number 3 seed, we would match up with the Colts.
They have a good defense. Their run game's picking up. T.Y. Hilton starting to play better. But I mean, I'm not worried about them. I think the only team, not to sound like overconfident, but I'm not. But the one team I think is the biggest team is Kansas City. Besides that, I think we could beat anybody, and I think we match well with Kansas City.
Kansas City is good. They were the Super Bowl they won the Super Bowl and everything. But the last 5 or 6 games, they only won the games by like one like a touchdown or less. So
I get it. Listen, they're the only team that smacked us around, really, I think, this year. And like I said, our defense wasn't playing like they are now. So what did they beat us by? They beat us by 9 points.
Yep.
Nothing too crazy. I think we match well with them. On paper, we have just as good as a squad, I think. I think our defense, if they're playing like they should be playing, I think they're better. So
from the time that we played them to the time to right now, I think the Bills have gotten superior, above better than what they were before, if that makes any sense. They're way better than they were in the beginning, to where Kansas City just hasn't improved as much.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And by the way, I know we were talking about Denver being banged up, and they asked Drew Lock about Trey White. I don't know if you read this, but they said he's an extremely talented corner, but it's not going to be something that scares you off of a throw or scares you off of a matchup. If my read takes me to him and I need to throw the ball, there will be no second guess about throwing it. So Trey might be getting some picks this week. So he's saying, in other words, if my read is there, I'm gonna throw it. I'm not gonna be scared. So he's letting Trey know, hey, I'm coming. So
Listen, you can't be
Let's
scared.
see.
You gotta throw the ball, but hey,
Yeah.
hopefully Trey will pick it off. Real quick,
Yes,
my
sir.
buddy Chino and Brand over here said, "Peace, bro. Good stuff. What's up?" He's talking about. He said he's a Giant fan. He
What
says
up?
not the Giants. He's like Chili Willy. I see you. We used to work together. He's a clown.
Man, I was rooting for the Giants too last week. I actually picked them to win against Arizona. I thought they were going to do better than what they did, but I think they'll bounce back. And I think, man, that NFC East is, man, Washington, man. What do you think? You think they're gonna take it?
I like Washington. Hold on, we gotta get to picks. Let's get some picks going. What up, Chino? Actually, for the game tonight, probably. Oh, it's about to start. I think. Chargers 4-9, Raiders 7-6. I guess this is for the playoffs. If the Raiders lose, man, they're gonna they might have a tough time to get in.
Yeah.
Right now, the Raiders are given 3.5. The way the Chargers are playing has just been ugly. Raiders are starting to play a little better. I'm going to take the Raiders minus the 3.5.
Man, it's gonna be a good one. They got a new defensive coordinator. Raiders need a win if they're gonna try to stay in the playoff hunt. Justin Herbert, I like him as a player though. That dude, he's a baller, man. For a rookie, he might get rookie of the year. I don't know, man. But I'm with you, man. I think the Raiders are gonna win in a tight one. I got it 27-24. So have a good night, Fred.
Have a good night,
Bills,
Fred.
baby.
Thanks for hitting us up today. Good night, bro. Good, go Bills too. Yes. Saturday game, Bills against the Broncos. We'll pick that one last, like we always do. The late game that night is the Panthers 4-9, heading into Lambeau Field 10-3. Right now, Packers are minus 8.5. The Panthers are just struggling. McCaffrey is probably not going to play again this week. Killed me in my fantasy league. Thanks, I lost that one. Anyway. 8.5 is a lot of spread, but the Packers are on fire lately, man. Rodgers is throwing that ball all over the place. Him and Devontae Parker are just killing people. So I'm going to take the Packers minus the 8.5.
Man, you should. Yeah, that's a good take, man. Because I'm not liking the Panthers. Man, they lost what six games in a row. Denver. They played Denver pretty well. Denver, man, but the Packers are just rolling, like you said. I got it like a blowout. To be honest with you, I got them like 30-20, man. I think I think Aaron Rodgers is going to keep rolling, keep that momentum going. Panthers, I don't think they have a chance. I got the Packers 30-20.
All right, heading down to Sunday, Bucks 8-5, heading down to Atlanta, who's 4-9. Right now, the Bucks are minus 6 points. The only thing is, man, the Falcons always love to play the Bucks. Matty Ice always seems to step up against them. So, man, I think I'm going to take Atlanta to beat the Bucks. And that 8-6, that would put the Bucks at 8-6. I told you they were in their division in the beginning of the year, and I said don't be surprised if they miss the playoffs with Brady. So.
Man. That's a gutsy call, man. I think the Bucks did a lot better. They strained a lot of stuff out against the Vikings last week. Falcons look horrible, man, with the Chargers. I think I don't know, man. The offense is struggling. I think Brady's gonna take over the game, bro. Let me find it right here. I got the Bucks over the Falcons 28-21. Yeah, I think the Falcons are having too much trouble offensively right now.
And what's crazy is they play the Falcons this week, then they play the Chiefs, then they play the Falcons again. But I don't know. Yep. Matty Ice likes playing the Bucks. So I'm going to see what Matty does. All right. This used to be a great matchup back in the day. 49ers, who are 5-8, are heading down to the Lone Star State and visiting the Cowboys, who are still in somewhat of playoff. Aren't they still in the playoff hunt with 4-9?
Who, Dallas?
Yeah.
Who, Dallas?
Yeah.
I don't know that NFC least is horrible. I don't know. I could tell you.
Well, the 49ers are giving up 3 points. I'm going to take the 49ers. I don't know this Cowboy team. Who the hell is this Cowboy team? Went from possible – they should have been deep in the playoffs this year with that squad they have, and they're not doing it.
Man, so who you got? You got the 49ers?
Yeah.
No, man, I think Dallas is barely hanging on, man. I mean, if they could win out and have a couple things happen, they could win the NFC East, man. I mean, they're a game and a half, 2 games behind Washington. They still got something to play for. You know what I mean? 49ers. The only way I can see them remotely getting close to the game is running the ball against Dallas. But I'm gonna take Dallas, man. I think Dallas might get this one. I got Dallas 21-17 in the close ones.
Ooh, wow.
49ers ain't got nothing to play for anymore, man. They're done.
Pride. By
Well,
the way, Dave,
tell the Jets that. Tell the Jets that then.
yeah, they know they're playing for a #1 pick.
For a pick, yeah.
Our buddy Dave Brown, Minnesota fan who used to chime in a lot in the beginning days. He's like, yo, go Bills. And then he says, go Vikings, because that's his squad. What up, Dave? Moving down, Detroit 5-8, heading to Tennessee, who's 9-4. Tennessee's giving up 11 points. It's a lot of points, but I think the Titans are just going to run the ball. And A.J. Brown, that big wide receiver, is going to get in the end zone. I'm going to take the Titans with the big spread of 11.
Yeah, man. This is a rebel. Why is King Henry not up for MVP? I mean, the dude's carrying his whole team the way he's running the ball. I mean, he should be his name should at least be considered, man. That dude is awesome, man. But I think he's gonna have another big game. I think it's gonna be a blowout, man. I got Titans. Wait, let's see if I can find it right here. Hold, give me a second. I got Titans 21-14. I think Derrick Henry's gonna have another big game.
By the way, what's up, Bill Hatch? Bill Stormtrooper. He was watching.
What up?
Say what's up to Bill. Yeah, I think he should be up there, but the way everybody loves Mahomes and the way Rodgers is playing, it's probably going to be between those two. You know, hopefully, I think if the Bills could win the rest of their games, you'd have to throw Allen back in the mix. Even though they
Josh should be putting up big numbers. Right?
Yeah. Even though they have, I think Josh is 3rd. I think Russell Wilson's 4th, and then Henry might be 5th right now in, Vegas odds or whatever. All right, Texans 4-9, heading down to your scary team of the Colts 9-4. Giving up 7.5 points to them. They're just the Texans, man. They've been hanging in there, but they can't win. It's just bad. It's ugly football down there. J.J. Watt should come to Buffalo. Oh, man, the Colts. I just don't like Phillip Rivers. I'm not a big fan of Phillip Rivers. I used to be.
He looks like an old man out there. I don't know.
Yeah,
like the way he runs, it's like
listen,
his delivery and everything. I'm not too keen on him. I mean, but he does put the ball there, man. It's crazy.
Actually, I'm going to take the Texans, not to win, but to cover 7.5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man. I think that's a good pick to cover. But you know me, I always do the straight up. Colts already beat Houston a couple weeks ago. I don't see why they can't do it again. So I got the Colts, and the Colts, like I said, they're a quiet, scary team to me. So where the heck is it right here? I got all this. I got the Colts 25. I got the Texans 21.
See, they would cover according to you. Now, the Patriots 6-7. They're playing for their playoff life, I think, right now. And the Dolphins are 8-5. Dolphins are actually giving up 3 points. If this was in New England, I think I would take the Pats. I'm rooting for the Pats in this game. I hope they could go in there and beat the Dolphins. But I think the Dolphins' defense is just too strong. But, my thing is this. I'm going to throw a little asterisk up there. If Tua starts, I'll take the Pats. If it's Patrick starting, I'm taking the Dolphins. So you know what? I think Tua starts. So I'm going to take the Pats.
Man, I'm with you, man.
Be all over Tua. I'll tell you right now.
Oh yeah. He's always getting all those rookie quarterbacks when they come out. He's gonna throw some stuff at them. Defensively, I'm hoping. I can't believe I'm even gonna say this, man. But I want the Patriots to beat the Dolphins. I can't believe it's coming out of my mouth. It's the weirdest thing, but it's. I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I think I have the Patriots. I want them to beat the Dolphins. That way, they'll be dejected by the time they play us in the last game of the season in Buffalo.
Well, they would still have to play. They will still have to play. The thing is,
yeah.
Make the playoffs. You know, the only difference.
Well, they're the last. They're the first one. They're the first team out of that playoff bracket. So one more loss, they'll get the Dolphins. So, you know, if they lose that game, that's going to put them with a whole host of other teams that are actually fighting, such as the Patriots. The Patriots can win out and win that last spot. So, you know, I don't want to root for any of them. I hope it winds up in the tie. But in a realistic world, in the football world, the Patriots ought to beat the Dolphins. I got them 21-17 in the defensive battle.
All right. There you go. Bears 6-7, heading to Dave Brown's team, the Minnesota Vikings, who are also 6-7. Both are playing for their playoff life here. The Vikings are -3. The Bears, man, are just bad, man. I can't believe how bad they are this year. And I really can't believe how the Vikings are only 6-7. I thought they would be a lot better. But I'm going to take the Vikings, being that they're home. And the Bears, if they had Foles playing, I would pick them. But they don't.
Who you got?
Vikings.
Score. I don't know. I think the Bears might take this one against the Vikings, man. I don't know. I think they're going to be able to contain Dalvin. I mean, if that's even possible. I think they'll be able to slow them down and keep it into a close game. So I think I got the Bears winning 24-21, man. I'm gonna take the Bears on this one.
All right.
Because they're both fighting basically for their playoff life.
Yeah.
It's an elimination game for both of them. So
yeah. Seahawks 9-4, heading down to Washington 6-7. Washington, if they want to keep the Giants off their heels, they got to win this other game. I mean, right now, they're in first place. The only thing I don't like is that Alex Smith has not practiced the last 2 days.
Yeah, he had some calf issues or something. Yeah. Something happened in that game, yeah.
His calf. Seahawks are giving up 5.5. I'm going to take the Seahawks because I'm not sure what's going on with Alex Smith. But if Alex Smith plays, I think they could beat the Seahawks, especially with their defense.
Yeah, you see, I'm with you. I didn't know what Alex Smith's status is, man. But that's the real game breaker for me. I'm with you. If Smith plays, I think they have a real good chance of beating the Seahawks, man. Because the way Giants played them, man, it's a tough one. But I'm gonna stick with my guns. I think Washington's defense be able to contain Russell. So I'm gonna go. What's the spread on this?
5.5.
Man, I'm gonna say the Washington 21-20. Man, it's gonna be a last second possession type game. I think.
By the way, Dave Brown's like boo boo bear. That was for you.
Why? Because I said about what I said about Minnesota.
Yeah. Jacksonville 1-12. They're in the playoff hunt for the number 1 pick. That's their playoffs. Which they're losing because they have a win. They're 1-12, heading down to Baltimore, who's 8-5. Baltimore is giving up 13 points this game. That's a lot of damn points. Listen, I hope Lamar goes crazy because he's my starting quarterback on my only team left. So I need him to go nuts and give me a lot of points. But 13 points is a lot of points. They've been struggling a little on offense. So I'm going to take
who's been struggling on offense?
Ravens. They haven't been going crazy. Not struggling,
man. They just put 40-something points with the Browns last week, Monday night.
Yeah, but he ran like a beast, like he was the running back. He wasn't throwing the ball.
Well, you got to understand they're playing the Jags. The Jags done gave up midway through the season. You know, I know what happened with the Browns game, that he went to the locker room and had to take a poop real quick and come back. He came back at the right time and won that game. I think they're gonna roll. I got the Ravens winning 30-14. Jags done folded up, gave up. They don't want to play anymore. They don't want to be out there. They're waiting for the season to end. They're hoping to get that number 1 pick. They're hoping the Jets will win one game. But I think they're just gonna fold up. I got them 30-14 Ravens.
I picked them to cover.
Did you? I don't think they even gonna cover, man, with them 13. Not even with the 13, I don't think they cover.
All right. By the way, Bleacher Report had an article saying who they thought might be the next Jets head coach or who would be a good fit. Brian Daboll.
I told you, man.
Jets 0-13, hosting the Rams, who are 9-4. What's ridiculous is right now the Rams are giving up 17.5 points. Come on, man. I'm taking the Jets to cover.
I don't think so either.
That's ridiculous.
I don't think so. And by the way, we talked about a couple weeks ago, Brian Daboll going to the Jets. I actually spoke about it. If they get the number 1 pick and they get the quarterback, who else, look what he did with Josh Allen. It kind of makes a little bit of sense, that he goes over there and mentors that quarterback offensively. So I don't know. I think the Jets tank it again. I got the Rams defense just killing the Jets. I got them 28-10, man. I got them in a blowout. So they're not going to cover. Jets ain't even going to cover either. Jags and Jets ain't covering this weekend. Mark my words. Put that on concrete. They ain't even going to cover.
Jets aren't tanking. They don't tank, according to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Eagles 4-8-1. The big upset last week. Heading into Arizona to play the Cardinals, who are 7-6. Cardinals are giving up 6 points. Cardinals just smacked up the Giants a little. Not much, just a little. Like I said, picking the Giants, you crazy man. Anyway, I think the Cardinals beat the Eagles by a touchdown and covered the 6.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's going to be a little bit bigger than 6 points. I think Cardinals are going to beat the Eagles. I got them 28-17. I know Jalen Hurts is the second star. He looked pretty decent, but I think the pass rush will show up against him, and they're going to throw some blitz at him. It's a second game. You know what I mean? I think he ain't going to be able to handle it. So, yeah, I got Cardinals 28-17.
All right. Going down to Kansas City. Well, Kansas City is going down to the Bayou. 12-1. Kansas City is giving up only 3 points to the New Orleans Saints, who are 10-3. To me, this is a surprise because if I can't even speak. Drew Brees doesn't play. Why are they only giving up 3 points? Hill hasn't really flung the ball all over the place. I'm going to take Kansas City, even though I don't want to, but I'm doing it because there's no Drew Brees. If Drew Brees was here and the defense plays like they can play, I would have picked the Saints.
Yeah, man, this is a tough one. The Saints come off that loss to the Eagles and stuff. No Drew Brees either. I think Chiefs are going to keep rolling. They want that number 1 seed. They want that bye, so I think they're going to keep their foot on the pedal. I got the Chiefs 28-21.
They pretty much have that number 1 seed, and it looks like
if they lose 2, well, they do have the tiebreaker against us if they were to lose 2 games. And Pittsburgh, they pretty much got it locked. They have to lose out pretty much.
Yeah, they would have to lose out, and so as of right now, the road goes through Kansas City to
Kansas City.
Now, Browns 9-4. This game got changed, got bumped up. Browns are 9-4, giving up 4.5 to the New York Giants, who are 5-8. Giants are playing for their playoff lives still at 5-8. The Browns have been pretty hot, man. They've been playing well. I like how they're playing. They should beat the Giants, even though the Giants haven't been playing better. It would have been nice if Odell was playing in this game so he could get against his old team, but he's not. Either way, I'm taking the Browns with the man up there.
Man, this was a tough game for me to pick, man. The way the Giants played, I thought they were going to play better last week. They didn't impress me last week. The Browns actually impressed me the way they played against Baltimore. But I think the Giants, man, they're trying to get that NFC East, man. I think they still got a little fire in them. I think they might take it in a real close one and beat the Browns. I got them 24-21. I got the Giants, man.
What? Again? All right. Monday night. Pittsburgh 11-2, playing the 2-10 Bengals. No reason why Pittsburgh shouldn't win this game. They're giving up 13 points against these Bengals. They should cover that with no problem. Bengals are just so banged up.
Yeah.
And without Burrow, it's a whole different squad. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh, giving up 13 to go 12-2
Yeah, I agree with you. Now after this game against the Bengals, now I get to hear the Steelers fans say how good they are, Super Bowl baby, and all this other stuff because they're gonna play the Bengals. So I think they're gonna bounce back after those two horrible losses against Washington and the Bills. I think they're gonna bounce back. They have no choice but to bounce back. And if the Bengals beat the Steelers this week, I think they're done. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I got the Steelers 28-17. So I think
Right.
I think they're gonna win big. Yes, sir.
By the way, the only playoff game the Bills and Denver Broncos played was in 1992, and the Bills won 10-7. Forgot about that game. Long time ago. Long time ago. Anyway,
Were you born yet? Were you even born yet?
Yeah, I watched that game. I graduated in 93.
I got you. I'm just messing with you.
Bills 10-3 heading to Mile High. 5-8 Broncos. I think we both agree on this one. I forgot what the Bills are giving. I think the Bills are giving 6 points. Yep, 6 points. I put it in the little crawl. I'm taking Buffalo. There's no reason why they shouldn't beat up this banged up team.
Yeah.
If they do lose to this, it'll be pretty bad. Again, go in there, win, clinch the East, and get ready for next week.
Yes, sir. Broncos are too banged up. Bills going to keep that momentum going. They need to keep the momentum, keep the wheels turning, keep Josh getting them big numbers. It's another primetime game, so everybody's going to be watching this game. I got the Bills 31-21. I got them by 10.
Hopefully, we're seeing a lot of this. Yeah, some of this, and hopefully, we're seeing some of this. Where is it? Some of this.
Some slide.
Yeah, hopefully
that was cool.
We're seeing a lot of Bills celebrating and taking the W. Bobby, we got anything? Looks like I'm looking at Bobby. Doesn't look like anything's going on. There you are. Nothing, Bob.
Nothing yet.
Nothing. All right.
Had a late meeting, so he wanted to pop on, but he's still tied up in a work meeting.
Who?
Kurt.
Oh, Kurt was going to pop on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so behind I couldn't even get on. Usually I listen to their show and I comment while I'm setting up stuff for this, but I was running late. I was having issues with my computer and stuff, so I didn't even get to comment and bust his chops and see if we would do a little bet or something against each other, but I guess not.
Just time it.
Just be
as long as it ain't that hot chip thing. I ain't with that hot chip thing that you always talking about.
I'm not
the
doing
Pocky
that.
challenge.
My stomach doesn't like that hot stuff. So hey, real quick before we go.
I was on a show.
Hey, Bobby.
Hold on.
Bobby, before we go, what was your take? Real quick, Bobby, before we sign off, what was your take on that Pittsburgh game? Do you think the Bills actually played better? What's your opinion on that game, real quick? I thought you was going to jump in when we were talking about it.
Hold on 1 second. I got a million things going on at once. No, I thought like I said in my recap after the game. As long as the game Pittsburgh was going to lose, they were going to lose that game, especially with this unfortunate circumstance with with the way the bye week fell and they got screwed twice by the league, and they're tired. They're a tired, older team. Yeah. Kind of older, kind of younger. Depends on what side of the ball you live. And if they were to lose, they were going to lose to the Buffalo Bills. I still think they have time. If they lose this week, we're in trouble. They lose to the Bengals, we're in trouble.
To the Bengals, yeah.
That should be a remedy for them, and we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Yeah. In hindsight, the Bills are going to be playing 3 games in 12 days also, 13 days also. So we'll see how that goes. That's another factor. I mean, we put a lot into that game against Pittsburgh to play Denver. That's going to be a factor too. We're going in that thin air up there. Who knows what the heck can happen? I mean, I'm not putting the Denver Broncos, I'm not sleeping on them, put it that way, because there's a lot of factors. Even though they have a lot of injuries, Drew Lock said he was going to attack Trey. He's going to throw the ball. That thin air. These guys been working out. Been playing. They're tired too, like you said. They played 2 primetime games. This will be the 3rd primetime game in a row. So, but I don't think Pittsburgh's gonna fail against the Bengals. And if they do, then you guys are really in trouble. But I don't see it happening.
No.
I must have missed it also. What was your take on the ESPN guy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of guys attacked him from the Bills. I think it was horrible. You know what I mean? You shouldn't base your opinion of a player just based on his fan base. So it was a horrible comment. He should take it back. Now he's coming back saying that he retracted that it was said out of context, which is no way that comment could be taken out of context.
He's fired for that.
He should be fired. You know, Jordan Poyer called for some action to ESPN. John Feliciano also was vocal about it. I mean, you know, you can't judge a player by his fan base. You got to judge a player on how he plays the game. Now, if he said, "Hey, Josh, you suck," and the numbers backed it up, then he's entitled to that. But he's literally saying that he wants Josh to fail, not as a player, but because of the fan base. That's based for being fired, man. Shame on him for that.
I think that was just an excuse to use the fan base. Then, if he doesn't like Josh, just say, "Yo, I don't like Josh Allen. Period. I don't think he's good. I think he's trash." That's it. Because why even say the fan base? Because if you're gonna say they like American flags and dogs, that's half the people in the United States. So it doesn't matter. You know, it's just
then he must hate Dallas because Dallas is the America's team. So there you go.
Especially all the good that Josh Allen is doing with the hospital and stuff, and his grandmother passing or whatnot.
$700,000 they raised, the fan base. Look what they did with Cincinnati. You know, you know, the Buffalo Bills are the number one fans. They've been voted the number one fans in the NFL, and they're number one for a reason. They love the team, they love the city, and you know they support other causes too. I don't know why he could say a racist thing like that, because what he said was racist. I'm Puerto Rican, Will is Puerto Rican, and you an Italian. I mean, how about diverse is that as being a Buffalo Bills fan? Come on now.
It was just dumb. It was dumb.
I'll tell you what, next week, guys, you guys win next week. So there's no all right. So when's your next show gonna be?
Oh man, Thursday is Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
Oh shoot, it's Christmas Eve. Ooh.
Jesus.
We're gonna have to talk about it. We'll let you guys know. We'll put it on Viva Los Bills.
You can see how much I'm paying attention to that. So I guess maybe it depends on the timing. Maybe Wednesday. I don't know, Bobby. Here we go.
Right. If you guys win this week, we'll have to do a nice glass of coquito for your championship.
Well, nice coquito. Yeah,
yes, sir. Hey, and by the way, I sent you a recipe for the coquito, bro.
I got it. I'll say with the snowstorm, I thought too late to get some or make some just to chill out last night. But
hey, just make sure when you do the coquito, you use this. This is the secret. That's the secret ingredient, all right?
Bacardi?
That right there. Bacardi.
Now, if you want to get old school, you use Palo Viejo.
Oh, man. I don't know. That's too much for Bobby to cut. That's too much for Bobby to handle right there.
Have a great show. Great job as always.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks
for everybody who commented out there. By the way, Fred commented a lot from Bill's Cold Front Report. The show also he has with the captain is called Elite Superfans Show. So check that out. And that's it. I mean, another good show, another good week for us. Hopefully we'll pull out the W up there in Denver and clinch the AFC East for the first time in forever. Oh, by the way, I do not like the all red jerseys.
Oh, come on, man. I like them, man. Come on now.
The one I do like when it's all blue. So I like that one.
That's nice. That's nice too. I think they're wearing white jersey with blue pants this week. That's a uniform for this week.
Your way uniforms. Anyway, as always, thanks for everybody who checked us out, liked us, commented it, asked questions, whatever. Next time, throw on a phone call. We get that done too. As always, adios. Peace. Go Bills.
Peace. Go Bills.
Yeah. Go get